What is up, guys? So Thanksgiving is in the next couple days, and I just figured that I'd put a couple holiday side dishes up for you. Today we're going to be making a sweet potato pie, a cheesy potato casserole, and green bean casserole. Let's get started. Alright, so first thing we're going to want to do is just take our sweet potato, stab it a few times, actually wash it first. It kind of helps the air get in there and cooks it a little bit faster. Careful not to stab your finger. I've done that before, it hurts. Alright, then we're just gonna put it in foil and wrap it up real good. And you want to put it on a tray because sweet potatoes tend to leak everywhere. I guess it's the caramelization of all the sugar in there or something. But they leak a lot more than regular potatoes. So we're gonna put them on a tray and throw them in the oven at 425 for about an hour or so till they're done. Alright, while we're waiting on our sweet potatoes, let's get started on the green bean casserole. I know most people blanch their green beans, but I kind of like to saute them real quick in some oil and some salt and pepper and garlic. I think it just gives it more flavor. And I cut some of them in half, some of them I leave non-cut. Even if you just ate your green beans like this is one of my favorite side dishes. I love green beans. Alright, you don't want them too soft. I'd say these are about good. They're not so raw, but they still have a crunch to them. So I'm just going to transfer this into my baking dish. And whatever green beans I have left, we can just eat like that. Or I might give some to my dogs because they love them. Alright, next thing we're going to do is just use a classic can of cream of mushroom soup. And just dump that whole thing in there. And then we'll just mix it in. Alright, then I like to throw in some Parmesan cheese. And I'm just going to put a little mozzarella on top. And then arguably the most important ingredient, crispy fried onions. These just make it so good. There you go. Now we're just going to throw this in the oven. But first, I'm going to make our cheesy potato casserole, and then we'll throw that in together. Some green onion, then I'm gonna put a little to the side for garnish. Oh yeah, these are done. We're gonna pull these bad boys out, let them cool off a bit. And I like to do ham in mine. You don't have to do ham, but it makes it good. And I had this in the freezer, so I figured I might as well use it. And I like to cook mine first. It's already cooked, but I like to just, fry it up a little bit. It gives it a little more flavor. While we're cooking up our ham, I'm gonna go ahead and melt 1 stick of butter. Alright, ham's looking good. Let's go add that to the baking thing. Okay, then we're gonna do a bag of frozen hash browns, or most of the bag, and then we'll add more as we go. Actually, that might be just enough. Then do about a cup of sour cream. A lot of people will do 2 cups of sour cream, but I don't actually like sour cream. And it'll end up being too sour creamy to me. So I'm actually gonna do a can of cream of mushroom soup as well. And then our stick of butter that we melted. Now you can mix this all separately and it might make it easier, but I just pour it all in and mix it up as I go. Then I got about 3 or 4 chopped up garlic cloves. And about 3 green onions that I chopped up. You can use regular onion too if you want. And then you just want to mix it all up. Make sure you get it stirred up really well. And we're going to do some salt and pepper. Mix it up. Then we want to use some cheese. Add as much as you want. I like a lot more cheese than most people, so I might add more than you think you want, but I'm just using sharp cheddar. You can use cheddar, whatever you want. And then mix that up. Gonna do another handful. I want it extra cheesy. Alright, now I'm just gonna top it off with some more cheese. And this will be delicious. Put some foil over the top and then we're gonna throw it in the oven for about, I don't know, half hour or something. And I'll throw the green bean casserole in with it. And then we'll get going on our sweet potato pie. These guys should be done. I know they're done. Look at all that stickiness on there. And they're definitely soft. Gonna open these up, let them air out for a minute. Release some of that heat. And you just scrape the skin off like that. And I'll do that to all three and let them cool down for a minute. Now I got a frozen Marie Callender's pie shell, pie crust. And basically I gotta let this thaw for 10 minutes, poke it with a fork, and then cook it for like 10 minutes or something. And then we'll put our filling in there. If you want a pie crust recipe, I'll put a link below for one that I made, like a flaky pie crust. It's pretty good. I use it for pumpkin pie and stuff. This was just to be easy. Throw these in this bowl. It's the bowl I'm gonna mix them in anyway. And I'm gonna throw it in the freezer for a few minutes. I'm gonna mash it up and throw it in the freezer. That skin should come right off. So I just used a little over 2 of them. I think that's enough for my pie, and that other one I'm gonna give to my dogs for dinner. They love sweet potato, so they'll enjoy that for sure. But I'm gonna throw this in the freezer for a little bit and let it cool down real quick, and then we'll mix it up. Okay, I didn't leave it in there too long. I just wanted to help it cool down a little bit, but I also don't want it all the way cooled down because I'm just gonna throw some butter in there so that butter can melt in there. And we'll see how much butter I put in, but it'll be a lot. It'll probably be close to a stick. I'm just gonna go ahead for a full stick. Why not? It's not gonna hurt anything. And you just wanna mix that up until the butter is all melted. Also, we're gonna do about, I don't know, a tablespoon of brown sugar and mix that in. All right, our pie crust has been thawing for about 10 minutes, so we're just gonna poke a bunch of holes in the bottom and get it ready. And then we're gonna throw this in at 400 for about 10 minutes. All right, these have been cooking for about 20 minutes. We're gonna pull it out and take the foil off. While we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and cook this pie crust for about 12 minutes until it's done. Follow the directions on the pie thing. We're gonna continue to cook this uncovered for about 20 minutes. Same with this. Also, while we cook our pie crust, this filling is cooled down enough to where we can put an egg in there. I didn't want to put an egg in there while it was hot because then it might cook the egg a little bit, but it should be good now. This egg will just kind of help it fluff up. It'll give it a better texture. All right, then we'll just mix that in there. Our pie crust is out, and it doesn't have to be completely cooked because we're gonna be cooking it with this as well. And these guys are going back in for about 25 minutes. In fact, these don't even need to be cooked at all. You can do it raw. I kind of messed up when I did it like that, but that's okay. I'll end up filling it with the sweet potato mix and then throw it back in for a while and be delicious. All right, now we're just gonna put our pie filling in there. All right, then we're just gonna top it with some brown sugar and marshmallows. And now we just gotta throw it in the oven. This stuff should be ready too. Oh yeah. I'll give that a couple more minutes to get a little more brown on top. All right, this should be done. Now I'm gonna throw this sweet potato in at 350 for about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. And then with this cheesy potato, I'm just gonna throw in some garnish on top. Here's our green bean casserole. Let's give it a try. And here's our cheesy potato casserole. We'll try both of these guys, and then we still got about a half hour or so until the sweet potato pie is done, so we'll try that afterwards. Let's give it a try. All right, guys, here's our green bean casserole and our cheesy potatoes. Let's give them a try. I'm gonna do the green bean casserole first. This is one of my favorite holiday side dishes. Cheers. Really good. That cheese gives it like extra flavor too. I love this stuff. That's good. You definitely gotta try that. And then let's try our cheesy potato casserole, which looks really hot, like I'm gonna burn the roof of my mouth. But let's give it a try. Cheers. Definitely hot. It is good though. It's really good actually. It's got a little more sour cream flavor than I like, but I also don't like sour cream. So it is what it is, but it's really good. It's not too bad, and then the sharpness of the sharp cheddar kind of goes in there and makes it a little more sour, I think. Yeah, it's really good with that ham in there. And you can taste the green onions. You guys gotta try this. All right, guys, just pulled out the sweet potato pie. Cooked it for about 40-45 minutes at 350. It's looking pretty good. So I can't wait to bust into this, but I wanna let it cool down a little bit. All right, let's try our sweet potato pie. Because I ate all the other stuff already, I'm kind of full, but let's give it a try. I only have one hand, so it's kind of awkward. Here's our sweet potato pie. I'm pretty full from eating all the other stuff already, but I figure I still gotta give it a try for you, so let's give it a try. Gotta make sure to get some of that marshmallow, some of the crust, and some of the sweet potato. Cheers. I love this. Super good. That marshmallow has like that toasted marshmallow flavor, like a s'more. It's not too sweet, so don't think it's really dessert. I usually use it as an entree. You could sweeten it up with more brown sugar, I guess. Maybe throw some walnuts or something in here. It'd be really good. But anyway, you guys gotta try this. If you want some more holiday side dish ideas, I'll link a bunch of them in the description. We'll have all kinds of stuff down there. Just different things like mac and cheese and how to make gravy and different stuff like that. Mashed potatoes. Anyway, happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving.